Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about God is the best artist of all time. You know what I'm saying? And man, I don't even care what nobody say, bro. God is the best artist of all time, and I feel like we gotta give God his credit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was creating all these different all his creations, bro, he was cooking, bro. You know what I'm saying? God is the best artist of all time. And sometimes, bro, we gotta stop looking at things as a whole and start looking like at the small details that be making up these bigger things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give y'all some examples of what I mean by this, right? Let's say, let's say like an artist, right? There was to draw somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? There was to draw like every little detail. You know what I'm saying? Like the picture basically looks identical to um to how that person actually looks. You know, and this is just like a person that's just drawing another person's face. You know what I'm saying? Like an artist just drawing like another person's face, right? And everything looks identical. You know what I'm saying? Like everything looks the same and this and that. But let me tell you why God is the best artist of all time. Even though this person who's an artist is able to draw like another person's face and make sure it looks identical and everything matches, it look it base bro, what they just drew, it look exactly like the person, right? But look though, here's where it get technical. God is the best artist of all time because even though that artist drew that person's face and it looked exactly the same, you gotta understand, bro, like what about the things such as like pores? You know what I'm saying? They have pores on their skin. And this is where God is just like on a whole nother level from any human artist. Is because God, bruh, there's pores on your skin, right? And each pore is literally placed in a certain place on your skin, bro. And like there's so many of them. You get what I'm saying? So it's like even though an artist is to draw like a person's face and it look exactly the same, they is not going to be able to place those pores on that face exactly how it is. Like the exact right distance, you know what I'm saying? Like different sizes of pores, all types of stuff, bro. Like this stuff get deep. And that's why I'm saying like in order to really appreciate the fact that God is the best artist of all time, you gotta start looking at the big picture, bro. Sometimes you gotta like look at the little details that be making up the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that artist could draw the person and they look pretty much the same, but they is not gonna be able to put the exact number of pores on their skin in the exact location with the pores is all different sizes. Like they not gonna be able to do that. The pores is probably different angles, different sizes, all types of stuff. They not gonna be able to do that. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, bro. Like there's levels to this stuff, bro. Like when you really like stop looking at the whole picture and you really look at like the details of things, like even when, let's say when you go to the beach and you look at like what little things this the water is consisted of, and you just look at all these different details, bro. Like God is on a whole nother level, bro. Like sometimes when you look at the clouds, bro, and you be seeing like different patterns in the sky, I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about real clouds. When you look at the real clouds, bro, and you look at the real clouds that God created, bro, and you see all these different patterns and you see the moon, man, like you see all these different things and how like, bro, it's like whenever you look like at a picture or like one of God's creations, you gotta like look at the details, look at the smaller details that make up that big picture. Then you're gonna start to understand, bro, there's levels to this. Like God is really like on a whole nother level because God created all these small tiny details that make up the full picture. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the example of like an artist, let's say like a human artist was trying to draw like a tree. And they you know what I'm saying, when they look at the tree, they draw it and they look exactly the same as the tree that they see in real life, right? There's little markings on the tree and all types of little things they can't even see. You know what I'm saying? But God see all that, and God created all that. So you tell me he's not the best artist of all time. It don't matter how much you try to, let's say you like a human artist, right? It don't matter how much you try to draw something and make it exactly the same. There's gonna be details that you don't see. Whenever, like, think about it, just keep that in your mind, bro. Whenever you are drawing something, if you're an artist, I'm talking to the artist right now, like, because I'm an artist myself. So I feel like certain things you got to be an artist to understand. Like, in order to really appreciate God and really give God his credit, I feel like you got to have like it's like you got to have art in your mind, bro. You got to have some type of artwork type mindset. Because, like, let's say if you know how to draw, right? I want you to understand that everything that you have ever drawn, bro, there's little details that you missed. Like, let's say you're trying to draw something that you've seen in real life, or you're trying to draw inspired of something that you've seen in real life. You will never draw it 100% perfect exactly how it is and capture every single details, because there's going to be those little things, like those little cracks, those little tiny details that God added into that thing that you're trying to replicate in real life. There's little things, and then some things, bro, something you need like a microscope just to see. Like, hey, bro, sometimes your naked eye cannot even see what's going on, bro. So how can you draw exactly all the tiny detail when your naked eyes cannot even see every tiny detail? And then look, though, God goes deeper than the microscope. I'm talking, and look, though, we only talking about the surface. We ain't even talking about the internal workings of whatever it is that you're trying to draw. Let's say it's a tree. The surface of the tree is already complex enough. There's already like all these little markings, all these little things, all these, bro, you can't imitate every letter. It would take you a quadrillion years just to really draw that tree and really like add every little crack, every little like thing, like twists and bends and turns and angles, all these little details. It won't happen, bro. It would never happen. Even if you had 1,000,000,000,000 years, it would never happen. But look, though, that's just one tree, though. And going back to that tree, let's go to the internal workings of the tree. Let's say you was trying to draw a painting of the internal workings of the tree. Again, bro, there's many little details and many little things that you don't know about, bro. Only God knows where these things is located. It's like a map. When you look at a tree, bro, it's like a map with like all types of different, it's like a universe, really. If you really go to the microscopic level of every creation of God, there's like different levels to the creations of God. There's the surface level. There's the surface level of the creations of God. The surface level is the stuff that people see, the full picture. There's the surface level. There's the tiny details, you know what I'm saying? There's the tiny details to God's creation. And these tiny details is located on the surface as well. So first of all, the full picture that you see, I'm going back to using a tree as an example. The full picture of the tree that you see, that's the surface. And then there's like little tiny details on the surface, little bends and twists and how the branches and this and like, you see what I'm saying? And then you got to go to the internal workings of the tree. Now that we go into the internal, you get what I'm saying? Now we go into the internal stuff. Now we go into the life force and all types of spiritual stuff. Like, bruh, it's too much. It's too much. And we just talking about one tree, bruh. We ain't even got into the second tree, bruh. You get what I'm saying? We have not even got into the second tree. We just on the first tree. And look at how many trees are in the world, bruh. And people still don't believe in God, bro. Like, what wrong with these people, bruh? Because, bro, like, there's too much proof. That's just one tree and all that evidence from just one tree, bro. Now, imagine how many trees is in the world. And trees is not even the only creation that God created. Every creation, it has like a surface level And that's really what a lot of people see, because they don't have like a, they don't have like an art, like an artwork type mindset. So all they see is the full picture surface level, full picture surface level. A lot of people can't even like focus on the details of the surface. They just see the full picture surface level and that's it. But I'm here to tell you, bro, there's just a lot of, there's layers to everything that God created. There's layers to whereas even microscope ain't gonna tell you, bro. Because that's just how powerful God is. A microscope could only tell you so much, bro. There's layers that microscope ain't even gonna tell you. Because God is just, he just tough like that, bro. Like you can't really like beat him when it comes to like anything, really. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to just do this message to just give God his credit, bro. Because I feel like a lot of people be sleeping on God for real, bro. People be sleeping on God, bro. But he really the best artist of all time, man. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Every real artist, bro, understands how hard it is to really like focus on those tiny details. And every real artist will tell you that, because I'm a real artist myself, right? So sometimes the tiny detail, it take more time to put together than the larger detail in the picture. Real artists know this. If you're not a real artist, you're not gonna understand it. Sometimes when you're drawing something or when you're painting something, it be that little detail, you're gonna spend like 3 hours just doing that little detail. But the larger details is faster. I'm like, why is this? Why is it that sometimes the little detail will take so much time and effort, but yet the larger, the fuller picture, the other side of the bigger picture is easier? We trying to figure that out, man. Telling you, bro, there's levels to this stuff, bro. There's levels to this stuff, but I understand that not every single artist, not every single artist follows God. I mean, not even every single artist believes in God. There's some artists out there who don't even believe in God. They don't even love God. They don't even follow God. But then there's those artists out there who have common sense and they know that, bruh, whoever created everything was cooking. There's those artists who understand this. This is common sense. You see what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give God his credit, bruh. And when you look at like, when you just look at life and you just look at things from like a layer type of level, when you peel back the layers and you just look at the tiny details and you look at all the, just look at the small details, the tiny details, the layers. Stop looking at the things as one full surface level picture. Start looking at the little detail. You're going to be like, bruh, God is the best artist of all time, bruh. Peace.